Hi, please do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button.
Hi, I'm Sandra Pelli, the Sandini, the Dragon Ally. This is part three of, I believe, a seven-part series. Each question that I'm asking the inner dragon energy is very, very powerful because it's revealing to myself, it's revealing to you, it's revealing to anybody who cares to step into the energy of understanding what our inner dragon is a little bit more. Then these seven questions that I'm asking are very, very potent, very powerful. The reason I'm asking them is because I'm very familiar with the threes. Threes are the what, why. That's the five W's, right? That's not the threes. Threes are mine, yours, ours, past, present, future, beginning, middle, and end, into infinity beyond, the me, myself, and I, the Trinity, the little you, physical body and higher self, as well as the inner child, human body, and the inner dragon. The inner child is the protector, and that's why, as an adult, we step into wondering why on earth we're reacting in a certain way. And it's because our inner child is still protecting us, even as an adult. The inner dragon is this action taker who is once unleashed helps our inner child grow up and we begin to find a lot more balance in our life. The question one that I asked that started out the series with this was, what exactly is the inner dragon? We were asked, I asked the energy to describe what the inner dragon was. And so that's what question one was. Question two was, what is your strength as the inner dragon? And that was a very, very powerful question. And now we're on the third question. And the third question is, what is your weakness as the inner dragon? And what was revealed with that is the Carla Morrow's card deck that I've got. And that's the Universal Dragons. This is the backside of it. So here's the deck, Carla Morrow's Universal Dragon deck. And I literally had to reach out in a group that I'm in, the Dragon Thunder group on social media, because I have misplaced the book for this deck of cards. And the card that came up for describe the weakness of the inner dragon was this card here, guidance. And it kind of stopped me dead in my tracks. I was like, what does this mean? I'm not really clear on what this meant. And so I reached out in a couple different places. Like I said, Dragon Thunder was one of them, to ask if anybody had the book from this deck, Universal Dragon by Carla Morrow. And the beautiful East Coast Dragon Lady, Barbara Worsley, reached out in that feed and sent me a picture of it. It was so very, very powerful what this inner guidance was all about, this guidance. So bear with me here just a moment. I did take a picture of that. In essence, so what is the weakness of the inner dragon? And what I did personally was I posted the question to the Dragon Thunder group, as in, does anybody have this book part so that I can understand what this card means more? In the meantime, I usually don't rely on the book. So what I did was I went for a walk to find answers to what exactly did guidance mean with regards to being the weakness for the inner dragon. And it was truly very, very fascinating what came up from that. And in a moment, I'll share my screen with you. But when I got back from this very impactful walk about the inner dragon and the guidance being the weak part of it, I read what Barbara Worsley had shared from the book that Carla Morrow wrote for the Universal Dragon. And basically, the inner dragon no longer wants to wait. It wants us to really step into doing things. That's where that weakness is. It's almost like it's pushing us in some cases, right? We're being asked to really start to pay attention. She's showing the way, but may not show herself in this form. She asks you to listen to those around you and look for unexpected ways to get where you need to go. And when someone or something offers guidance, listen. And it is okay if you are whatever energy is coming up for you, whatever emotions are coming up with for you, allow that to kind of just take a back seat during this listening period. And everyone is spending so much time because they think they know everything. Often you just need to know to follow the guidance of others to find the path you seek. She asks us to listen and not dally. It's time to follow the guidance. And one of the things that I did was I literally asked, I reached out into the ethers and said, I want some guidance on this card guidance. So beautifully, what happened was I took all kinds of pictures and I'm going to share those with you. So, as I mentioned, the inner dragon is asking, I asked the inner dragon what its weakness was. And first of all, this is the time of day that I started to really step into this energetically. It's 4:20 today, and 8:18 has some significant meaning for myself. It's the time of day that I was actually born. Having said that, when I started on my walk, one of the first things that started to come up was this sign that I saw that actually said stepping stones. And I thought, wow, the guidance, the weakness. It's showing us the stones. What I wrote down was only able to take you through one step at a time. So that inner dragon, one of its weaknesses is that it can't get you up the mountain, but it can give you the next step. So these little things that we're seeing along the way, we're being invited to take that next step. Okay. Uh, One of the things that also came up for me was this incredible email that came through while I was on this walk by Seek Discomfort and to talk to a stranger. So, this again is exactly what the book was saying about really kind of stretching out of our boundaries and being open to the information that's coming in from around us. The next thing that I saw was this beautiful bunch of trees. And again, what is the weakness of inner dragon? It has this ability to see the forest for the trees. It's able to see the trees for the forest. However, sometimes we as human beings don't actually catch these little nuances in between. So that's one of its weaknesses is the how do I show each of these little bits and pieces? This incredible house really helped me energetically understand that one of the weaknesses is this old, not necessarily old way of thinking, and it also is too, it's this dynamics of all kinds of different things coming at us. You'll notice the different shapes that are going on here. There's straight lines, there's curved lines, there's a lot of dynamics happening here, even in the front picket fence. So there's a lot of energy coming at us. There's a lot of answers coming at us. And we're being asked to be drawn into which one of them actually is the one that we want to pay attention to. So notice I'm seeing things on my walk that are really kind of helping me to understand what this weakness is for the inner guidance, the guidance. Then it was 11:11, so paying attention to the signs. This pillars was very powerful. The pillars that are who you are. That's like your worthiness, your honesty, your creativeness, your lovingness. These pillars of who you are very, very important. And that's one of the weaknesses that the inner dragon's guidance is coming in with, because it kind of steps into helping us by amping that up maybe in a moment, or having it back down in a moment. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying, because it is really kind of deep on one side and yet very apparent if you're looking at it in different ways. So you'll see the hanging balls on here too, like just allowing yourself to that's, to me, I feel like pendulum work is being done there, right? And looking at your pendulum, I've got my pendulum with me over there. So I just really like uh, the differences again. Is just seeing the differences. Like there's 4 pillars there. It's a foundational energy. There's 3 balls there. It's really understanding your past, present, and future. So that guidance, um, the inner dragon may be giving you a lot of things to attempt to get you to witness or see or shift or change. This was really beautiful as well. I personally, in one of my programs, the Discover You, the Incredible You, I work with the inner child and that inner dragon. Um, I I think I mentioned at the beginning that the inner child is the protector. And the inner child is just like you can imagine your child running around looking at this, looking at that. Well, that's like the dragonfly. It flits all over the place. So I love that I spotted this. And notice the sign welcome. We're being invited to welcome in that disorganization, if you will, that running around and looking at hither and yon. And notice I just got sidetracked by the sound of my phone. So it's okay. These are the little weaknesses, is the sidetrack, and because we're being shown something. And you know what that message was? That's so wild. The message was from my daughter, so a close relative, and it said he mentioned the wings. Wow, like here I am talking about the dragonfly there and the wings on the dragonfly and the moving around, right? So I liken the inner child to the dragonfly going all over the place, looking at this, looking at that. And as I do the work in my program, Discover You, the Incredible You, we actually go through the chakras with the dragonfly, discovering these different things. And the dragonfly evolves into the adult dragon. So the inner child evolves into the adult version of ourselves. So this was really, really powerful for me to see this. The next part of that was, again, just, you see the balance that's going on here. It almost looks like there's two suns in the sky. It looks like there's two towers in this. There's just so much balance happening here. And there's a reason why I took this picture as well. It's also the being aware of the way you want to live. I love my thumb in that picture. um, I am a very nomadic person. Currently, I'm sitting in a hotel room because of some circumstances. My husband and I have camperized our vans so that we can do a lot of traveling. And yet, behind is that old castle, that old way of living. So, recognizing that it's okay to do things that other people may think are odd or weird. So, how does this come in with the weakness with regards to the guidance? Um, it may feel like the steps that you're being shown are hindering you, but the reality of it is they're actually strengthening you so that you can start to speak your personal truth, start to heal, like the first and second card or first and second questions that came up in this were. This beautiful picture was all about the pureness it knows one to be beneath, is what I wrote. And that's one of the weaknesses of the inner dragon. It knows how incredible you are. It knows the value of you. It knows that you have such beautiful potential when you start to really hone in on loving yourself. And that's a weakness to this inner dragon because it is so desirous, if you will, of wanting to move you forward in a very impactful way. Letting your artistic side show up. And my apologies with regards to I didn't want to show the license plate in there. So um, this incredible artwork that was in here was very, very magical too. It's letting that artistic piece of yourself come out. I didn't think I was an artist at all, and you should see the things that I'm now drawing, that I'm now taking pictures of, that I am painting. It's really, really remarkable. And it's because I've chosen to step into letting these things come out. So another weakness of the inner dragon with regards to this word guidance is that it will guide you down a path that might not feel like it's the right path. And yet, when we start to open up to that, it's amazing what actually does come through. Again, it's that artistic side coming through. Look at the mastery of what's the word I'm looking for? The hair on the fingers. Like this is just an incredible picture to me. Here as well is this more artistry. Like this is an incredible metal structure in a back alley in Revelstoke, and it's actually blowing a dandelion. Look at that. Look at the finger and the thumb, and it's blowing the dander off of that. This incredible piece of artwork is a massive piece of artwork, and yet when you come in close, it's just all these people. And that's what we are seeing. We are seeing so many changes. We're seeing so many shifts. We are connecting in with all these people. And truly, on one hand, that is a weakness, that inner dragon guidance. It wants us to be connected in with all of this, but doing it with creating boundaries as well. Okay. Um, I love this. A Short Walk Through a Wide World. This was a book that title that really stood out to me as I walked into and out of a bookstore. Again, Dragon knows that it's only here for a very short time. What I wrote down with that was a short walk through a wild world. We as human beings will only remember this season's walk with inner dragon during this season. And as we cycle into our next life, we won't remember the things that we learned in this lifetime. And that's one of those weaknesses that the dragon is so consciously aware of, the inner dragon. So very, very powerful. And then this next one, there's something for everyone. There's so much going on, and there truly is something for everyone. And that's what, again, a weakness of the inner dragon. It wants to help everyone, but we're really being asked to help ourselves, first of all. This was another impactful picture, the X marks spot. The address was 7-Eleven. If you can look over on the upper corner there, 7-Eleven. And that's 7-Eleven to it's we're left somewhat on our own to manifest things, to notice things. That's what the 7 is about. It's about creating the magic, creating the mystical, creating our life, creating our journey. And 11 is about that power of ourself. And that again is all about that inner dragon guidance, and the weakness that it has is it so again recognizes the power of who we are, and it attempts to pull that out of us so that we personally each see that as well. The inner dragon can lead us to the water, but it's up to us to have the drink of water. Okay. I love this one. This was Revel in the Stoke. You can see this beautiful girl, the spiral energy, the forest tree here. There was something really, really impactful about, again, choosing to step into that energy. Again, the inner dragon can only lead us to something, and it's up to us to do the actual step in. And the final picture that I took was this one with the magic mushroom. And we have no need for alternative substances, although there are things that some people do. Inner dragon is asking us really just to truly step up into the energy of what it can provide for each of us. And that's what that inner guidance is all about with the inner dragon. And you heard many different aspects of what its weaknesses are. So thank you. I look forward to talking to you about the next question coming up.